नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्। नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्। नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्. Today, let us learn about the DivyaDesam number 12, Tirukudandai. It is said in the Puranas that Lord Brahma made a pot made from the sands of Tiruchirappalli. He collected all the living beings and saved them in this pot and kept it on top of Meru hills to rescue them from the foreseen Mahga Pralayam, the huge floods. In Satyayugam, the pot got washed away, which was caused by the Mahapralayam, and reached Tirukudandai. Seeing this, all the gods and goddesses went to Lord Shiva and prayed to him to do something about it. Lord Shiva broke the pot with his bow and arrow and released all the living beings in the pot to the new world which we live in now. The pot in Tamil is called as Kumbam. Since all the living beings came out of the Kumbam, this place in due course got its name as Kumbakonam. It is believed that everything which was inside this kumbam got split into two, and one got drained into the ponds of Mahamagam and the other half into Kotramarai pond in Sarangapani temple, from where all the living beings came into this world for their existence. The broken pieces of the kumbam, along with the amritam, became the lingam, and it is called Kumbeshwarar. Now let us understand the Puranical story of this Divyadesam. Once upon a time, all the rishis together wanted to do yagam. There came a very big question of who should receive the fruits of the yagam amongst the Mummurtis, Lord Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. To make this decision, they went to Brihu Maharishi and took his help. He decided to test all the three Mummurtis. He first visits Lord Brahma and then goes to Lord Shiva in Kailasam. Both the gods were too busy to respond to Brihu Maharishi. Upset and angry the way he got treated by the gods, he then comes to Sri Vaikuntham to visit Lord Mahavishnu, where he witnesses Lord Vishnu and goddesses Mahalakshmi too busy having an argument and not realizing his presence. Angry, Brihu Maharishi kicks Lord Vishnu in his chest. Now, this is totally unacceptable. How can he do something so disrespectful to Mahavishnu? We would have expected some severe reaction, but instead, while goddesses Mahalakshmi was taken back by surprise, shock, and anger, Lord Vishnu, not even reacting to the situation, calms Brihu Maharishi by gently pressing his legs. Brihu Maharishi, touched by the patience of Lord Vishnu, decides that he will be the right person to bear the fruits of the yagam. Meanwhile, Goddess Mahalakshmi was wondering why did Lord Vishnu did not react. so decides to understand more about Bhrigu Maharishi. We all know Lord Shiva had his third eye in his forehead. Likewise, Bhrigu Munivar had his third eye on his feet, which was a pride to him and a reason for him to behave ruthlessly. But Lord Vishnu, to teach him a lesson while tending to his legs, squeezed the third eye out, which goddess Mahalakshmi does not know. The chest of Lord Vishnu, where goddess Lakshmi resided, was the place where Lord Vishnu was kicked by Bhrigu Munivar, which was total disrespect to goddess Lakshmi. So, understanding his mistake, Bhrigu Maharishi asks for a boon to Lord Vishnu that goddess Lakshmi should be born as his daughter and he will raise her with great care, and when the right time comes, he will get her married off to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu also agrees and grants him his prayer. Meanwhile, goddess Lakshmi gets angry that Lord Vishnu did not punish Bhrigu Maharishi for his wrong act and leaves him. Now, Lord Vishnu, who has lost goddesses Mahalakshmi, comes to earth as Lord Srinivasa and searches for goddess Lakshmi. In the end, Lord Srinivasa, who was residing in Tirumala, marries Padmavati Devi, who is the daughter of Agasarajan. We all know about Narada Munivar. He goes to Mahalakshmi in Kolhapuri, where she was staying away and hiding from Lord Vishnu, and conveys the message about Lord Vishnu's marriage with Padmavati Devi. Goddesses, angry and furious, comes to Tirumalai in search of Lord Vishnu. Scared of goddess Lakshmi's anger, Lord Vishnu goes to Kumbakonam and hides in an underground temple closer to Sarangapani temple. Now, disappointed that Lord Vishnu was not in Tirumalai, goddess Lakshmi comes in search of him to Kumbakonam, where still Lord Vishnu was hiding from her. Wanting to meet him, she does penance. While doing penance, she starts to remember the promise which was made by Lord Vishnu to Bhrigu Rishi. As soon as she realizes the promise, goddess Mahalakshmi in Sarangapani, Potramari pond, was born as a baby girl on a lotus. Also, Bhrigu Munivar was also born in Kumbakonam as Hema Maharishi. One day, when he went to Mutramare Kulam, he sees this baby on the lotus, brings her back to his hut, and names her as Komalavalli and raises her with love. After few years, on a Makara Shankranti day, Perumal, while flying on Vaidehi Vimanam, comes across Komalavalli and then marries her, like he promised Bhrigu Maharishi. From then on, Lord Vishnu took the form of Sarangapani Bhujagasayanam, that is Lord Vishnu in a posture on Adisesha as if his hands are pressing down on the ground while he stands up in Kumbakonam. Now, let us get to know a little bit of Kumbh Mela. It is believed that if people take a dip in Tiruveni Sangamam, all our sins will get washed away. Likewise, Mahamaham in Kumbakonam is very special, which happens once in 12 years. It is believed that all the Punya Nadis or the divine rivers from all over India joins together under the pond where goddess Lakshmi was born as a child and cleanses all their sins. The Sarangapani temple is enshrined within a huge granite wall and the complex contains all the shrines. The Rajagopuram has 11 tiers and has a height of 173 feet. The temple's Chariot festival is the most prominent festival of the temple, celebrated during the Tamil month of Chittirai. As per a temple legend, once a staunch Brahmin devotee spent most of his life to the service of the deity. At the end of his life, he felt his loneliness and prayed for his karma to be performed. The Lord descended himself to perform the last rites on a Deepavali day. The ritual is performed annually by the priests and is one of its kind where death rituals are performed in the premises of a Vishnu temple. I hope you all enjoyed the DivyaDesam 12 Tirukudandai in Kumbakonam. This temple is revered in Divya Prabandham, the 7th to 9th century Vaishnava canon by several of the Alvars. Om Namo Narayana.